Hello and welcome to Sarah's Sugar Shack. This is my Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition playthrough. Um, Technically, we should be on part 8 right now, and you might be looking at my screen and being like, hey, what the heck? I'm pretty sure we left off at Amead Hill. So this is my part 8 slash part 9 walkthrough. Um, so let's do the part 8 walkthrough first. Quick recap. I've had some pretty bad luck with Tales of Vesperia. I'm pretty sure I've got Yuri's Curse, or the game doesn't want me to play it, or the universe is telling or trying to tell me not to do playthroughs, but screw it, I'm gonna keep doing it anyways and persevere. Um, I had been kind of sick. I've been kind of sick for a while. I was on vacation, haven't done any recordings in 3 weeks. Um, and I had the PlayStation 4 up in my bedroom for a little bit. And Monday, I decided I was going to bring it downstairs. And as I was unplugging it, I brushed across the eject button and just completely wiped my PS4 out. Very, very, very long story short, I was able to recover everything because it was saved on the cloud. But for some reason, Tales of Vesperia never autosaved to the cloud. So I lost all of my Tales of Vesperia stuff. So I had this playthrough that I've been doing for the recording, and then I had 90 hours on my other playthrough. So just, I mean, all of you gamers can understand what losing 90 hours of playthroughs like, especially because I was on the second last dungeon. I'd got everybody's altered arts. I was just so proud of my playthrough, and it's just all for naught. So I guess this has given me a chance to do better, hopefully get more grade at the start. So another thing is you will see that I'm also probably twice the level I was when I left you guys. I decided, since I've put about 500 hours worth of playthrough time to Tales of Vesperia on the 360, then my 90 hours that I'd done here. Also a piss off because there's a trophy for getting playing for 100 hours, and so I was only 10 hours off from that, and now I have to start all over again. That's okay, 90 more hours to go. So anyways, I decided that I was entitled to those, so I took the 900,000 gold that you get. I took the recipes. I've taken, I believe, 30 levels worth of the free levels. That's why I'm so high. I haven't really done any grinding. I took the synthesizing items, the moon selector, everything. I haven't taken all of the recipes yet, I believe. Yeah, because I still have like a lot of the items, so I want to kind of get those down first. And then apparently I only have one more level 10 to go. But I feel I am horribly entitled to it. Yes. And then just to make matters even more fun, when I was recording when I was recording part 8, I managed to save over my other separate playthrough. So thankfully, of course, now it is saving to the cloud, but I've only got it updating at night. So I lost about 2 more hours worth of my own private playthrough. So it's just, I swear this game has it out for me. And then, of course, when I recorded my beautiful, wonderful part 8 playthrough, for some reason, even though I did everything I normally did, it didn't save to my media, so I couldn't upload it because it's just gone somewhere. So whatever. Recap of what happened in part 8, now that you've heard my horribly sad, pathetic story. We fought my most hated monster fight in the world, Gadasu. I can never say his name. Think we did a pretty good job of fighting him, but of course you didn't get to see any of that. The secret mission with that I didn't think I was going to get, but I did get, and I was so proud of myself because I have such a hard time with it, because the difficulty level just amps up super hard. is that you need to stun him with the Billy Buddy plants or whatever they are, and then when he's stunned from them, you need to knock him over. So Rapide and myself, mainly Rapide, managed to accomplish that pretty much right at the end. I think I had 2,000 hit points left on him when I got that, so that was a pretty big triumph. After that, we just kind of wandered through. There was one of my most favorite scenes where they go at the ocean, and every character except for Carol is seeing the ocean for the first time, and it just kind of blows their minds, even though Rita and Yuri are kind of like, oh, mer, mer, mer. But it's a really good scene. And then after that, there's a grave, and Rita has a theory that's a perfect place for a gravestone because, you know, if you wanted to murder someone and not have them know or not have anyone find the grave, this is a perfect spot. I thought it was the perfect spot because if you love the ocean, why not be buried facing the ocean so you could see it for all eternity, but whatever. So anyways, blah blah blah, we ended up over here. We're at Capua Nor. Yuri thought something was suspicious, so he just kind of left the group and wandered off. We fought some assassins. Then all of a sudden Flynn jumps in. Flynn's fighting the assassins with us, and then Flynn's trying to arrest us. Right on cue, Estelle runs up and starts hugging him and being so happy he's alive. And then they run off to the inn together. Just talking, actually. This is a PG game. But they are such a cute couple. And we had to go over the bridge to the manor where we got a scene where we met the character Patty for the first time. Again, it's a really exciting scene because it's new to North Americans. It was on the PS3 version that was released in Japan, but never in North America. But the first scene with her, pretty exciting. Again, so pissed off that it didn't get saved, and then of course, didn't get recorded, and then of course I saved over all the work that we did today. So I have tested it out. I should be recording now. Let's get on with our lives. We're about to go in and interrupt Flynn and Estelle talking. And we'll watch this scene first, and I am also still kind of getting over a sickness, so I am going to be muting my mic mainly during the cutscenes so I can cough and hack away without you guys having to listen to it, unless I feel that there is a need to insert my witty banter. So let's go and enjoy this one.
I guess the Empire likes to throw its weight around no matter where you go. Before I left the capital, I didn't know or care about anything besides the lower quarter.
It's not everywhere, but I feel like the Empire's influence is especially strong on Ilikia. They can do whatever they want since there aren't any major guilds on Ilikia.
We can't just let it stay this way.
Okie dokie, and in we go, the left door to talk to Flynn. Oh, and there's no hanky-panky going on.
All finished? And are we done whispering secrets?
I've heard your story up until this point, Yuri, and also the reason for the bounty on your head. First off, I owe you my thanks for protecting her.
Oh, I've been meaning to express my gratitude as well, Yuri.
It's nothing. I was already out searching for that Blastia thief.
And that's where we have a problem. Regardless of the circumstances, the Imperial law cannot allow the obstruction of officers, jailbreaking, and trespassing.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I told him everything.
Don't be sorry. I mean, I did all that stuff.
Then I assume you are prepared to receive the punishment your actions deserve.
Flynn!
Do whatever you like, but just listen a minute, will you?
So you can tell me how it was all done in order to get back the lower quarters Blastia core? That's what you wanted to say, right?
Sir Flynn, I have news! What is Rita doing here?
Oh, them.
I heard you refused an Imperial request for assistance. Do you think it's all right for a mage employed by the Empire to simply abandon her obligations?
She's
Who's
15 years old.
Got me.
Applehead.
Whatever. It's not like I care a whit about you either.
Pretty
I'll make
sure
the
he does.
introductions. This is my second in command, Zodiac.
The bitchiest bitch that ever did bitch, in case you've never played this game before.
This is Witcher, a mage who offered his assistance to us at the laboratory in Ospio. This is my...
You! Sir, it's the criminal from the wanted poster.
I love how her mouth didn't move at all during that entire thing. Oh, beautiful. I also will take this second to apologize. There was no crackling or any issues with the mic and the wiring at all during that first playthrough that I have no evidence actually exists. And now, of course, I notice it's been crackling a lot. So my apologies there. And I feel a hat coming on. So let's go back to enjoying this wonderful, hilarious cutscene.
At ease, Zodiac. He is a friend of mine.
What? But sir, he's a wanted man.
I've just heard his story. While he is guilty of minor crimes, the warrant for his arrest contains false accusations. Later, I will return him to the capital and explain the situation, and he will receive his due punishment.
My mistake, sir. Witcher, let's have your report.
So we're done here, right?
I believe the ongoing rain and wind are being caused by a blastia. The weather in this season is unpredictable, but this does not explain why it worsens whenever boats leave port.
We also have testimony that something like a blastia was carried into Magistrate Rhybgaro's residence.
I've never heard anything about a blastia that controlled the weather.
Nothing like that has ever been excavated.
Wait. The Aqua Blastia, the ruins... It couldn't be.
So his lordship, the Magistrate, is using a blastia to control the weather.
It appears that way, though we can't yet say for certain. The harbor has been closed due to weather. Any ship that leaves is fired on for disobeying the ordinance.
So much for crossing over to Torum.
Those aren't the only rumors surrounding the Magistrate. He's released a monster known as Rhybgaro into the wild, and amuses himself by forcing those who can't pay their taxes to hunt it.
Rhybgaro! I love this. He's one of my favorite monsters. And later on in the game, we'll be grinding for him because he has some items that we'll need for synthesizing.
He claims he'll pardon their taxes if they can manage to capture the beast.
Gonna try muting this way, so hopefully it works.
How cruel.
That injured couple we met near the entrance must be two of his victims.
And their child.
What? What happened to their child?
Forget about it.
Okay, I was trying muting a different way. I don't think I like it. So sorry if you heard things. Anyways, I just had to interrupt because you're just forget about it. You just
Well, it's been a hell of a day for us and we're tired. Let's just stay at this inn for the night.
He really looks like a pretty girl in this outfit, which is why I'm keeping him in it.
Also, we can't forget about a certain missing person.
Missing person?
Who could that be? Not you at all. Alright. Let's see. So we're all pretty much at full health. So there's no scene at this inn, so there's no point in staying in it. We're on the right save point. Let's move on. Okay, we've got some things to do. First and foremost, now that we've got everybody back, we want to stock up. Or watch this
So
scene.
what's the plan?
I'm gonna go see Magistrate Rhybgaro.
What? We'll get turned away at the gate if we try to go there. Even a noble woman like you would have no chance of getting in.
Yeah, but with the harbor barricaded, we can't cross over to Torum Harbor. And that thief Tadeki, along with that one-eyed giant, are both on the other side of the water.
Let's stop blabbing about it and just go, why don't...
If you won't listen to what we have to say, we can think of another plan.
All right. Let's head to Rhybgaro's palace then.
Okay, everybody's where I want them.
No matter how you slice it, Flynn is Flynn. He's even more stubborn than before.
Oh, he's
You
your
think so too, Repeat?
total
Well, at least he
typical,
seemed to be
like,
doing all right.
lawman. And, like, I don't mean, like, a cop per se. I just mean your lawman. Like, laws are laws. My husband's a lot like him. Anyways, we've got everybody. Let's stockity up. Get some more orange gels, less panacea bottles, panacea, whatever. Okay. Gotta buy this, gotta buy this. Gotta buy them all. Not that one though. I didn't need to buy that one either, but we got gold to spare. Basically, I want to make sure that I own one of everything, because we need to own it to have it in the collector's book. So we've got to own everything. And then a lot of the stuff is just better. Okay. Oh, I love having money and being able to buy all of the ingredients. Okay. Doesn't look like there's a lot we can make right now anyways. I mean, like I said, I haven't been doing a lot of grinding. Scarf has backstep, so let's go ahead and turn her stuff into that. Magic card. Oh no, we gotta wait for a bit. No. Okay. Oh, I love synthesizing. She have it equipped? No. Oh, experience share. He has that equipped. Okay. And that is pretty much that. Hello, I believe. I can make a fairy ring, and I will. And then let's see. Yes, and then I made my repeat flag as well, so we're good. Go and equip all this beautiful stuff. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I just needed to a million check to make sure I had the right one on. Leather boots. This jacket is the best, I think. We learned all those. Okay. Sorry, Carol, but Eerie gets the better stuff. Okay, okie dokie. What am I doing? Such a cute little shield. Perfect. Everybody's good to go. Now we're going to do something that is possibly the most painful thing in the world, which is this. And you watching me try to get this. On the very first playthrough, like I did on the PS4, I made it, I think on the first? No, it must have been the second time. And then when I decided I was going to recording, I actually started recording this specific dungeon. Dungeon, city, town, whatever. This specific part. And I think I got it on 3 tries in that recording, and it has just been downhill from here. When I was redoing my playthroughs on my personal one, it took me about 10 times. So here's hoping we can go back to not being greater than 10, because that'll just be painful for everyone. So I always go to the even or odd ones. Odd is normally my preference. Let's see what happens. Oh, even. Okay. So it pretty much sticks to the same pattern every time. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, they're just insulting my intelligence now. So we'll do even or odd again, and then we're going to do even because that seems to be what they want. Perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to say it's even again. It's odd. Okay. So I think the pattern is probably even, odd, even. So let's try that again. But sometimes they switch it up, just, you know. Play again. Even or odd. Even. Odd. And I'm going to say even again. Although I'm starting to have doubts. Too bad. Okay, so even, odd, odd. Although this will be our 4th time, so it might switch it up for us. No, I think we should be good. Oh, fingers crossed, everybody. Yay, we're done. So the reason we play this is definitely not for that gel set and totally for Rita's title. New Dice Master title. And so one of the points of getting titles
A city where the Magistrate can
is-
do whatever he wants
Oh,
really
this
leaves a
happened.
bad taste in your mouth.
Looks like there's bound to be a few power-mad Imperials no matter where you go. What we saw on the way into town here, that happened all the time back in the lower quarter.
I'm glad I live outside the Empire. I don't think I could stand this very long.
Why would the Magistrate do these things?
Hey, we don't need to let the bad vibes in this city rub off on us.
Exactly. All right.
I love it. Like, I'm not the one who just interrupted myself with that skit. Anyways, the point of the titles to me really is only for costumes, or because the more titles you get, then you can get more items from the Bunny Guild guy, which we haven't come across yet, but we'll introduce him pretty soon. And then the other reason is so that we can, I think it helps from this other lady that's also in Dawngrest in the tavern. She seems to give like trinkets and stuff and costumey type items for having titles and other costumes and stuff. So these guys don't really have anything to offer us. I just have a need to talk to them to since I got that title, just in case the absolute worst happens, which I highly doubt it will at my level, we're going to save here. On the proper spot. Spot number 5. Okay. Off we go again. To the Magistrate's Palace. Let's see. Yeah, I've got lots of time. We'll check out over here too, because we can. Vicious fugitive at large. Well, he is kind of vicious, but more so with his tongue.
Hey, Flynn said that Mage Witcher was from Ospio, didn't he?
Did you know him from before, Rita?
What do you mean,
I get the feeling he might have passed through my field of vision once or twice. It's nothing more than a vague memory, though.
I think I know why Witcher had such a chip on his shoulder.
Sorry. I thought I had a little bit longer. And then I completely forgot what I was going to say when I had some time to say it. Dirt. Oh well. Probably more my loss than yours.
What do you want?
I'd like to meet with Magistrate Rhybgaro if you'd be so kind.
Yuri, these men are mercenaries. I wonder what guild they're from.
I guess that explains the thuggish look.
Go home, Scram! The Magistrate is a busy...
Surely not too busy to rough up the people in this town.
Hey! You better watch your mouth, punk!
See? I told you he wouldn't see us. Let's get out of here before things get sticky.
Sticky. P.S. Totally remembered what I was going to say. During my first recording, my precious little puppy Weasley had completely behaved himself because there was a rabbit out in the alley and he was just like, whoa, I'm just going to stare at this rabbit the entire time. Unfortunately, now he's up and stretching and looks like he might be getting feisty, so hopefully he'll just bugger off and not come and bug me, but I think we might be out of luck, folks, so here we go.
I'd have to agree with Captain Carroll on this one.
Captain Carroll.
But there must be some other way.
Forget...
Itchy trigger finger. I've been doing so good. It didn't happen once during the last Invisible playthrough.
We'd best leave the frontal assault on the palace to the Imperial Knights.
Anyways, I gotta stop living in the past. Sorry, guys.
But isn't the fact that that's going so badly precisely what's got Flynn in such a bad mood?
Maybe he'd see us if we came bearing gifts, so to speak.
Do.
A gift? What do you mean?
The Rhybgaro. It's worth a fair amount of money, right?
Come to think of it, that official mentioned the Rhybgaro. He said that someone with its horn would never have to worry about taxes again.
If we brought something that valuable, the Magistrate would at least grant us an audience.
You propose to catch the Rhybgaro?
This is our chance. It's raining after all.
What does rain have to do with it?
The Rhybgaro comes out of hiding when it's raining.
So, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, it doesn't really get introduced until a little bit later, but I'm not quite sure when. I didn't get introduced to it in my original playthrough on the PS4 until I'm pretty sure much later than I should have, because you get it from staying at an inn. I'm pretty sure that in... I can't even remember what town it's in. Anyways, that doesn't matter now. You stay at it, and then it says, like, oh, when you stay at an inn, sometimes the weather changes. So there's many animals that only come out when it's raining, or when it's snowing, or when it's foggy, or at night. So it can be fun, or if you're not into that, it can be a pain in the ass. When you're on like a tiny little island and you keep having to like use mats or tents or whatever to try and change the weather until you get it to the weather that you need it to be, so that you can get the items that you want from the rare monsters that only show up under those certain circumstances. I think it's a lot of fun, especially trying to track them all down. Annoyingly, I was at, I think, 59% in my monster book when I lost the great, I think I called it the Great Tales Tragedy, when I lost my 90-hour playthrough. I must have been at more than that, because I think it was the collector's book that was at 59, and then the monster book was at 64. So, anyways, that's a big thing, but we don't really get a lot of control of that, like, of the weather changing until a bit later in the game.
Out of all the monsters I know, it's the only one that goes out in the rain.
Well, he doesn't know a lot of monsters.
Capital observation, Captain Carroll. What else?
What do you mean, what else? That's all there is to it.
So where's the Rhybgaro now?
Just as I thought.
Well then, let's go talk to the people in town and get their side of the story.
Sorry.
Are you okay with this, Estelle?
Yes, Yuri.
Isn't she just the one that suggested it?
If we're unlucky, this could put all of us on the wrong side of the law. The one who makes the laws in this town is his lordship, the Empire's Magistrate. You be okay with defying him?
I'm going with you.
You're okay with it then?
Yes.
Rita, you don't have any problems with it? I have to say, I'm incredibly interested in a Blastia that can control the weather.
Truly.
Then it's decided.
So then, let's seek out the Rhybgaro first.
Yay! Okie dokie. Nothing like a good old save, which is a complete waste of time, since I can just save them out of town, so I apologize to all of you, but I do like to save it anyways.
You never could sit still, could you?
Stop treating me like a little kid.
Yuri, don't do anything reckless.
I haven't done anything reckless since the day I was born.
Oh, that's like a bold-faced lie.
I'm just chasing after a Blastia thief.
Yuri.
Oh, well, I think my puppy has found something else to stare at, unfortunately.
You're the one who should ease up on trying to do the
He just
impossible,
needs to
Flynn.
be- Oh, there he goes. No longer directly in front of the screen. Uh-oh.
Witcher, go and see if we can get the right to search Blastia laboratories. I thought leaving the capital would have changed him a little.
Nope. It's made him even more of a vigilante.
But it seems like he's even more reckless than before.
Flynn?
Yuri's so single-minded when it comes to protecting others. He's willing to sacrifice himself to do it. I envy him for that. But I also worry that he'll take it too far.
Come on, Estelle, let's go. Yuri's gonna leave us behind.
Right. We should be going now.
Oh, by the way, Lady Estellise.
Yes?
How is it, walking around outside, free?
I can't say everything's been perfect, but I realize that there are things I must do. And that makes me happy. It's been wonderful.
She's so cute.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
And away we go for another skip.
Hey, Rita, what did Flynn mean about search and seizure rights to Blastia laboratories?
Oh, that. Basically, if you're on an official Imperial Blastia investigation, you can go anywhere you want.
Are you serious?
Why bust our butts when the Knights can do that?
I don't think they can. There are plenty of exceptions that can block their authority.
That sounds like what I've come to expect from the Empire.
Okay, we need... Oh, I guess we'll fight lots of them when we're trying to get up there. Oh, you can see the beast already. There we go. Don't really want to get in any fights before if I can help it. just so my TP is still beautiful. So let's just go up over here. No secret missions or anything special. Just kick its ass.
This is Rhybgaro!
And always magic lens it first.
Leave it to me!
Dark, you say? I don't think I have any good arts for the darks. Spread zero's okay, but no, I don't have violent pain yet. And it's a beast type? Good. So we want to hit it with, oh, doesn't matter yet. Doesn't matter.
This isn't over yet.
We got a long way to go. Come on, let's take it back with us.
It's covered in scars and bruises. I feel kind of sorry for it.
I reckon it's been attacked by desperate townspeople quite a few times.
It's not the people in town's fault.
No, I understand.
Yuri?
The horn is what's so valuable, right? This'll be enough to satisfy that money-grubbing magistrate.
Wow, it's not like you to show pity to a monster.
While you guys are busy talking, the monster's getting up.
What's it gonna do without its horn anyways?
What? Why did it run away?
Okay. It understood what we were thinking.
The monster did? Seriously?
Yeah, why not?
Hey, we got the horn. Who cares either way?
Man has a point. Alright, now we shall fight those men down there. Because I don't think I've magic lensed them. First we'll fight this thing.
Just go away!
Oh. Speaking of altered arts, let's see. I think it's Dragon Effort. Oh no, it's destroying rock. Oh, off. I want to turn all of these off, except for the healing ones, and destroying rock because he's doing Destruction Street with it, and I'm trying to just get him to do it himself so I don't have to play as Carol as much. So he'll learn it because then once you've done an altered art 50 times if it's magic, 100 times if it's like physical, then you learn it and you can use it whenever you want. Where'd all the men go? Oh, come back to me. Not you. You. Beautiful.
I won't lose!
Thief. Thief! I think I have scanned all sorceress beyond. You think your magic is better than mine? You are wrong.
That was easy.
So, soon my being horribly overleveled will pay off beautifully. Once we get the Fatal Strike, because then I could have everybody on min damage and just Fatal Strike the crap out of those enemies. I love it, it's so much fun.
Wait! You can't go out again after that girl went through the trouble of healing your wounds!
Yeah, Nathan Fillion. Oh, he doesn't look like him at all anymore. I'll just stop saying that then. Plus, I'm pretty sure that was in
Where are you off to
the
with that
playthrough that
dangerous
got
weapon?
deleted. So it makes no sense to anybody but me anyway.
That's no
so.
business of yours. I can't have you sticking your nose into my affairs just because you're curious. This is...
Sorry for stealing your thunder back at the inn. Maybe this'll make it up to you.
Thank you so much.
Ah, stupid crackly headphones.
Hold on! You're just giving it to them?
It's a small price to pay if it saves their child's life.
You were planning on doing this from the beginning, weren't you?
Of course he was.
It just came to me.
You do realize that you just gave away our gift for the Magistrate, right? Now what'll we do?
No worries. We'll just find some other way to get into the Magistrate's place.
We'll just go in the Yuri style.
Shall we see how Flynn's doing then?
Yeah, maybe he's even gotten into Rhybgaro's palace already and set things straight.
Maybe.
Yeah, that sure would be nice.
Let's go pay a visit to the inn.
Sure. Okay. I'm pretty sure it was in the other playthrough, so just in case you didn't know, there is a Wonder Chef that appears there. Okay, let's see here. Check out everybody's equipment. Okay, now I know it's been a pretty oh no, I think we can do this. I think we can do this. I apologize if I'm wrong. Go back in the left room here. There we go.
You're looking chipper as always, Flynn.
I've got a lot on my mind, Yuri. Not that you'd know what that's like.
Sure.
Managed to go out and get your bounty raised even higher?
I thought you went to the Magistrate's place.
I went, along with a search warrant from the Blastia research lab.
Ah, so you were able to go inside and look around.
No, the Magistrate refused us entry.
Why? He even tried to provoke us. If you really think I have Blastia, try to bust your way in, he said.
He knows we don't have the jurisdiction to do that. He's just making a mockery of us.
Well, isn't he right?
What did you say?
Yuri, whose side are you on?
Nobody's side. He's just
It's not a
blunt.
matter of whose side I'm on. If you think you're right, you should force your way inside.
No, it's a trap. Rhybgaro wants the Imperial Guard to make a mistake so he can use it as an excuse to increase the authority of the Council. If we go in now, he'll hide the evidence and feign innocence.
Is Magistrate Rhybgaro on the council as well?
Yes. The Imperial Knights and the Council are both essential organizations that support the Empire, but Rhybgaro seems to have forgotten this fact.
He's mad with power.
So in short, we're not dealing with your everyday magistrate here. Well, have you got a plan for what you're doing next? What, you're out of ideas?
If there were some sort of disturbance inside the palace, the Imperial Knights would be able to move in under the pretense of emergency prerogative.
Ah, yes. The Imperial Knights may employ emergency prerogative to intervene in emergency situations, regardless of jurisdiction.
Of course. So if a thief snuck in and caused a ruckus, that'd be enough?
Yuri,
They're
I
like
know
the
you want to
perfect
help,
team, even though Flynn refuses to accept it.
But I
Every
shouldn't do
cop
anything
needs a
reckless,
good
right?
vigilante to do what he can't.
I've just received a tip that a fugitive with a warrant out for his arrest is trying to get into the Magistrate's palace.
Don't think... No, pardon me. Alright. So, sorry guys, it's a bit of a short video, but it's about 25 to 30 minutes before the next save point if we go on. So it's cutting it a bit close. So we're just going to save here. And hopefully I'll be doing another video tomorrow. Maybe later today if I'm feeling a bit better. So thank you all for watching. So sorry that you didn't get to see actually how to do secret mission number 3, but I'm not sure watching me do it would be much of a help to you anyways. There's a lot of amazing videos out there for that. But I mean, I guess it was a pretty good show on how your AI can do the secret mission for you. Anyways, so have a great night, and we'll see you again, hopefully. Thanks again.